welcome back to my channel. So today I'm kind of just doing like a chit chat video with you guys, and it's basically so you want to go natural and my tips on how to start growing your natural hair and what I feel like you need to do and basically what is important. So first things first, when you're going natural, is to decide what kind of natural girl do you actually want to be. Do you want to be one of those people who wears your hair out all the time, or would you rather be someone who just wears your wigs and your weaves and has natural hair underneath because it's convenient or relaxes breaking your hair or blah blah blah. When you figure that out, it just makes the rest of the journey easier because you're mentally aware of what's going on and you're not just itching and waiting for your hair to grow. Second of all, you need to figure out what kind of hair you have, and I'm not a big fan on hair typing to say, oh, I have 3A hair, 4A hair, 3B hair, blah 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 blah. No, but you need to just know what your hair can and can't do, what it can and can't take and stuff like that, so you know, okay, I'm not expecting to have waist length hair in 2 years because your hair just doesn't grow at that speed. That's what happened to me. I thought in 3 years time, you know, by the time I'm 20 something, I will be able to leave my hair out. I'll have a huge fro down to my butt, blah blah blah, because I was watching these videos on YouTube and these girls had been natural for 3 years and that's what they had, so I didn't see why I would be any different. I've been natural for almost 5 years now, yet here we are. So everybody's hair just kind of grows at a different pace and can do certain things. So I have sisters, completely different hair to mine. My mom, completely different hair to me. You know, there's stuff she can do that I can't do, stuff I can do that she can't do. And not that we can't do it, but your results are just different because everyone's hair is different. Some people have shrinkage on 1,000 million trillion, while some people's hair just doesn't even shrink at all. Some people have frizz like no tomorrow, and some people just breeze through it. So don't look at your hair. Also, don't look at your hair when it's wet, because you think, this I can deal with, this is soft, this is manageable, this is easy. No, it's not, because your hair's gonna dry and it's gonna shrink and it's gonna do something completely different. So before you make the decision to transition or big chop and then you cut your hair off and realize that your hair is not what you thought it was and then you're panicking, just take a second and breathe and think, okay, what exactly is my hair like, and then move from there. Which goes to transitioning and big chopping. Which should you do? It's a very personal thing, honestly. If I'm being honest, it's very personal. I transitioned because I didn't plan to go natural when I went natural. I was just, my sister stopped relaxing her hair. My hair was in a weave. There was no need to relax it anyway. So I just kind of stopped and it happened like that. But if you're making the decision to go natural and you decide, you know what, I never want to do a weave again, I never want to do a wig again, I just want to go natural, then you decide, do you want your little fro instantly and then you big chop and you move on from there, or can you not hack it, and in that case you transition. The pros and the cons: big chopping kind of starts your hair afresh, so you don't have split ends, you don't have any issues, you're starting from the beginning. But when you transition, the point where your relaxed hair and your natural hair meet, that point is so weak and it can break off at any time and you kind of don't exactly start on 100. I transitioned, it's not the end of the world, you're just gonna have to do a big trim in about a year. Big whoop. So you are natural, or you've decided to go natural and you don't really know where to go from here, but you know you want long hair. I have a few tips that I think are very useful that are not the staple internet tips that everyone says, because I just feel like they're repetitive and they don't necessarily always work, or they might just be a bit extra. So the things that I think are important is, first of all, understanding what natural hair is, understanding like the way it works and its dynamic and stuff. And if you look at it, it's springy and it's curly and it's roundabout and wiggly. And if you compare that to white people's hair, they just have that. So all the oil from their scalp can literally just go all the way down to the bottom and keep their hair completely moisturized. We unfortunately do not have that luxury, because when you reach the first or second kink, the oil just can't make its way down to the bottom the way it wants to, so you need to assist it. And that's the key thing in growing your hair, just keeping it moisturized and oiled. Like once you do that, even if you're the laziest natural in the world, I promise you, if your hair is moisturized, it will grow, because there's no issue. It's moisturized, it's soft, it's elastic. When it's moisturized, it can do this. It's when it's dry that you do this and it snaps off. So once it's elastic, it's gonna keep growing because everything is good. Second of all, don't fall into the trap of bananas, strawberries, coconuts, and kitchen supplies for natural hair. Yes, natural products are better for your hair, as is everything. Being, eating clean is better, but if you eat a burger, you're not gonna die. So that's how I feel about natural hair. These people are scientists for a reason. They create these products for a reason, and if they were really that horrible, they wouldn't be on the market. Like, nobody would buy it. So I'm not saying go out and just not read the labels and pick up anything you see in the store and say, well, it works. But don't be product shy the way the natural community wants you to be. I use hairspray on my hair all the time, but it's like a big no, and I don't see why. I just want to use it. It helps keep my hair the way I want it to be. It's made for a reason and it works. So you just need to, yes, be careful. I'm terrified that, you have to mix all this stuff to create the perfect thing for your hair, blah, blah, blah. If you're into it and you have the time, great. Like, of course it's better for you, but you can very easily pick up one conditioner, one shampoo, one oil, and move on with your life, and your hair will grow. So don't be intimidated. My third tip are your nails. Honestly, your nails. If you need a refill, get one. Don't wait. Don't be nasty or trashy. Just get one. Because when you're putting your hands through your hair and your fingers through your hair, it's gonna get caught in, the strands are getting caught behind your nails, and it's just creating the biggest mess you probably think of, because it's just breaking your hair. So you think you're moisturizing and you're doing this and you're feeling good, but it's just snagging and breaking your hair off. And that's probably one of the biggest mistakes you can make, because once your hair breaks off, it's not coming back. Once there's a split end, that's it. So yeah, keep your nails intact all the time so you don't snag. Third tip is to deep condition. This is something that you hear all the time, and it's actually true. There's no escaping it. You must deep condition. If you don't deep condition, your hair won't grow. Fact. You just have to do it. You have to keep at it every week. Just keep doing it, and then you'll get to the point where you can do it every 2 weeks, because your hair is at a level where it's, relatively moisturized and good. But the more you moisturize and the more you deep condition, the faster your hair is going to grow, because it's going to be softer. And at the same time, if you don't like your hair texture, or you feel like your hair isn't soft enough, this, that, and the other, deep condition every week for about 4 weeks. After that, your hair gets noticeably softer and easier to manage, and your curls kind of soften and loosen a teeny bit, because they're not as crunched up as they used to be. So deep conditioning is a must. Sorry guys, it's a must. Fourth tip is to trim. The holy grail, trim. Like I said, this is the oldest part of your hair. Like, it's old and it's raggedy and it's on its last limbs. So when the ends just become horrible, just literally get a pair of scissors, and you need to have a pair of very sharp scissors. Don't do it with dull scissors, because you're just giving yourself blunt ends that probably are creating more split ends like instantly. So you need a sharp cut. Do it one time, don't look back. And if you leave it for ages, that's when you have that 1-inch cut that everyone dreads and thinks, oh my god, I had to cut my hair. No, dust your hair every 3 months. Just take the ends and literally just dust the fuzzy bits off. And when you do that consistently, you'll find that you don't actually need to do a massive trim at all. Thank God. And last but not least is protective styling. This is when you leave your hair in a particular style for a few days or weeks or months or however long, so you're not constantly manipulating and combing and detangling and snagging and pushing and tugging at your hair. Just giving it time to breathe. So sometimes I like to just leave my hair in a bun for a week and just, clean up the ends when I have to go out. And just leave it like that for a week or so. So it just has some time to do its own thing. You can do braids, but be careful of your edges. Weaves and wigs are the best thing. Weaves and wigs are the best. Part of the reason why I'm not a big weave fan is though because, again, for the longest time when I thought I was protective styling when I was trying to grow my hair, I realized that when they would sew the weave onto your hair, they're doing this, and they're tugging at the thread, which is slicing at your hair. So you're doing this, and the thread is moving at such a speed that it's slicing bits of your hair, and when they keep doing that, you get split ends, and sometimes it's right on your scalp, so it could literally be hair right here, and once you get a split end right here, there's nothing you can do. It has to grow out. And what will happen is all of this hair has gone to shit. There's no point, because it's gonna just go all the way down to your end and split and split and split until all the strands are weak and they all just fall off. That's how split ends work. So be careful with your weaves. I would say if you must do a weave, there's this, I don't know what it's called, but there's this net thing that they can put over the braids, that they actually sew the tracks onto that rather than sewing it onto your hair. And they usually use for people who are like balding in the middle, but hey, I think it should work for everyone. And obviously wigs, who can say no to a good wig? So, you know, put your hair in a couple of braids, slap that on, and moisturize underneath as often as you can every night with some oil, and you should be good to go. Thanks everyone for watching my video. I hope it was informative. I hope I told you something you didn't already know, or maybe take the plunge to go natural or something like that. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and see you in my next video. Bye guys.